Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for hitting that play button for another episode of the Heady Coleman podcast. Shout out to you all who are listening via your favorite podcast app. Shout out to you all who are watching me on YouTube. I am so thankful for both. Shout out to the people who aren't listening or watching, but you may be reading my content on my blog at headycoleman.com. I'm thankful for all of you. Thank you for you all who found me on social media and you hit the link. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. Please subscribe wherever you're at, podcast or YouTube. Subscribe on the blog. I don't know what that looks like as far as you being able to get connected with me weekly, daily, whatever. I guess you could join my email list, which I am changing the name of. It's currently Go In Motivation, but I'm changing it to Monday's List. Get my email if you want my weekly list of goodness. I guess that's how I say it. Hopefully it inspires you in some way. Maybe an app I'm using or a book I'm reading or a quote that I'm meditating on or thinking through. Those would be some of the things that'll be on that list. So right now, if you click on motivation, you can sign up that way, but it's going to become Monday's List. And every Monday I will be posting that list. Yeah, that's the name of the game on that. So again, thank you all for whatever, hitting that play button. Ha! Yeah, because either way, YouTube or listening on audio, you hitting that play button for sure. So that's how that works. So right now I am working to pull up my current blog post so I can be able to talk that through with y'all. Let me tell you what I'm looking at doing is kind of theming each day. And so Tuesday will be Tuesday's 10. And so I will list 10 right things pertaining to some topic, leadership, entrepreneurship, something like that. And those 10 things are right things that could be potentially some things that you want to apply in some way to your wins that you're trying to achieve, because Go In is about what are those right things you need to be consistent in order to achieve that win. And so I'm just trying to help. And sometimes I think too, we can take something that I may say that you can be consistent in pertaining to, like today we're talking about leadership, but you may want to use that in some other area. You might like, no, I think that could be something that I can be consistent in to achieve whatever win beyond leadership. And so let me pull this up real quick. Like I've been saying that for like 60 seconds now. You like, Heady, this is not quick at all. So today, what Go In leadership looks like is kind of how I titled this. And then I just want to talk to you about the Go In approach to leadership. And these are 10 right things that I think that I should be working diligently at being consistent in order to be the best leader possible. And so the first thing that I wrote down was serve others. I believe that serving others is what true leadership is all about. And that is, even though it may be even your vision or something that you are trying to achieve, but you have others coming alongside you in doing that, I believe that your role is to not just share the vision and kind of the direction of where you're going, but also serve the people who are on your team in order to make that happen in whatever way that could look like or whatever way that needs to look like. Have hard conversations. Be consistent in having those hard conversations when needed. That is not easy. It's not easy for me. Some people it's easier for some than others. Not me, but that is definitely something that I feel like you should be consistent in as far as your Go In approach to leadership. Forgive quickly. Be consistent. Make that a habit of forgiving quickly. Give feedback to those on your team. As a leader, you should always be giving feedback. I think that's part of your serving those individuals that you're leading, is providing feedback in order for them to get better at whatever their role is on the team. Meet with your mentor. I think every great leader, if you want to be the best leader, should have a mentor, someone in your life that is speaking into you and sharing wisdom, experience. And that kind of goes along with number 6 that I've added, and that's learn. as a leader, we should always be, they say leaders read leaders read or something like that. But I think you should always make it a thing of consistency as far as how you're learning. So that's reading the book every day. My goal, something on my tasks, my productivity list is to read 20 pages every day. I want to do that. So I have not yet done that today. Matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it, that's one of the things that I have not done, and I will at some point today. I will do some reading. And currently I'm reading This Is Marketing. I'm rereading it. It's by Seth Godin. Consistently show up. That is not one of the easiest things for me either, just showing up, because I think all of us can have this thing of like, I just want to be in my space. This is where I'm at. COVID has not helped me with my showing up either. Like when we were in COVID and have to shut down, I think that even though I'm an extrovert, the introvert of me kind of grew a little bit. Like, just, hey man, if you want to show up, get me on FaceTime or Zoom. That's me showing up. No, but show up. Show up looks all sorts of ways. Showing up means when somebody's in need or needs you, you show up. Especially those individuals on your team that are playing a part in you moving forward towards the vision or whatever that is you all are trying to accomplish. I think keeping it simple, be consistent in keeping it simple. Like, people will know, like, when Heady shows up as a leader, they know that I'm about simplicity and at the same time getting things done in the simplest way possible. Let's not overcomplicate this thing at all. That is not a goal of mine. The next one is show up. No, I've already said show up. We want to show up. The next one is push. So I think as a leader, I'm consistently not just pushing the team, but pushing myself to go further, to go better, pushing myself to be consistent, to show up, to serve others. Push. I'm consistently pushing myself in these things. And then number 10, this is number 10. And again, these aren't in any particular order, but number 10, I wrote down one of the right things I want to be consistent in is reminding myself that leadership is about influence, and that influence is for helping others go win. I couldn't help it. I could not help it but put that there. But really, influence is about how do I help other people get to where they want to go. And sometimes where a person is trying to get to is within the vision that you may have. Like, let's say for my vision is to produce, I can't even talk, to have a YouTube video every day. There may be somebody who wants to be a producer of my YouTube, even though that's my vision. That person's vision or thing that they want for their life is to be able to produce such videos, but they're on my team. And so in that, I want to be able to help. I want to use my influence to be able to help them do that, even though it may be benefit me. So I just want to always remind myself that leadership is about influence, and that influence is to be able to help other folks go further, better in the story that they desire to live out, is the way I'm going to put that. So these are some right things that I'm looking at being more consistent in so that I can be a better leader. Hopefully some of these things that I've mentioned to you inspires you, that you can take from them. You can add them to your list of right things as far as wanting to be a better leader. But what are some things on your list? That's the question of the day. What are some things you're consistent at to be the best leader possible? Share them with me. Leave it in comments. Email me, Heady@HeadyColeman.com. Help me out. Help me grow as a leader. Share with me those things that you have discovered that you need to be consistent in order to be the best leader possible. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, wait a second, before I say that, thank you again for hitting that play button for another episode of the Heady Coleman podcast. Now, as always, ladies and gentlemen, go win.